Hi, everybody. Welcome to this week's Jimmy Dore Show. I'm joined by Steve Rosenfield, former writer for The Daily Show, hilarious comedian, and seventh-place winner of the Robert De Niro Lookalike Contest. Right now we're talking about Barack Obama made his big speech last week about cutting Social Security and Medicare, which is nice, right? It's nice that he's accepted the framing of the right wing about Social Security and Medicare, that Social Security and Medicare are a problem instead of a solution. Social Security and Medicare are solutions to problem. They're not problems themselves. So here's Barack Obama doing some kind of a Jedi mind trick where he tries to act like he's really sticking up for the little guy. Let's play it.
My budget does also contain the compromise I offered Speaker Boehner at the end of last year, including reforms championed by Republican leaders in Congress.
Yeah, he doesn't like those compromises either, but you got to make them so then the Republicans could not compromise until 2016. That's why he's doing it.
They're running out the clock, Jimmy.
They are running. Yes, they are running out the clock. Okay, he's hoping that the Republicans offer similar concessions, in the case that they get hit in the head and forget that they're Republicans. All right, let's go to the next clip.
And I don't believe that all these ideas are optimal, but I'm willing to accept them as part of a compromise.
Yes, he's trying to compromise. And what is that compromise again? An imperceptible 2% tax on the wealthiest people it will impact their lifestyle zero, and he's going to balance that by cutting necessary Social Security and Medicare to old people. Okay, that's what's called balance.
He's not saying it's optimal.
No. And
he's not saying it's a shitty idea, though it is.
Yeah,
he's not saying that either.
No. And like I've said before, how are we going to get out of this hole unless we push a bunch of old people in it, right? Okay, so he's got a little bit more to say.
If, and only if, they contain protections for the most vulnerable Americans. But if they're serious about deficit reduction, then these reforms have to go hand in hand with reforming our tax code to make it more simple and more fair so that the wealthiest individuals and biggest corporations cannot keep taking advantage of loopholes and deductions that most Americans don't get.
See, what he just did there was this Jedi mind trick. He makes it look like he's sticking up for the little guy by, I'm going to make those rich guys pay their fair share. But what he just did on the premise of I'm going to cut your necessary Social Security. That's the premise right there. And by the way, he says, if you're serious about the debt, hey, Social Security doesn't add to the debt, not one penny to the debt. So why are you pretending that Social Security needs to be cut in order to, so this is what I'm talking about, Steve, with the Jedi mind trick, right? He pretends he's sticking up for the little guy, but what he's really doing is sticking it in the little guy's ass for no reason, right? It's like and this is his opening position. His opening position, which he's offered the Republicans before, is, hey, I'll cut Social Security and Medicare, let's do it. Even though they don't add to the debt, right? And it's like his opening negotiation, it's like if Obama was negotiating with kidnappers, he'd be negotiating with just how many of the hostages they'd be allowed to kill. That's kind of way he
right
negotiates.
Up front.
Right up front, he'll tell you. Okay, so here Barack Obama, here he is again, trying to pretend that he's really sticking it to the rich guys. Play this.
That's the bottom line. If you're serious about deficit reduction, then there's no excuse to keep these loopholes open. They don't serve an economic purpose. They don't grow our economy. They don't put people back to work. All they do is to allow folks who are already well off and well connected game the system.
Barack Obama is for the little guys, sticking it to the big guys. It's the opposite. That's not what's happening right there. It's the opposite. That's what's happening. Correct, Steve?
Well, he's going in a weakened position because he's giving them everything.
Everything. So a lot of people have been telling me that Barack Obama is really out-ninjing them. He's out-politicking them. And I'm like, so Barack Obama, in an effort to out-ninja the Republicans, is offering them everything they want. Brilliant.
Which is throwing them off.
What could go wrong? What could go wrong, right? And
they can't believe he'd be that dumb, and that's the rope-a-dope thing we've heard.